an amazing story. You know, no one thought that like these two guys from St Albans like would be like the best in the world. And they had it all at such an early age, and then just sort of made the wrong decisions. Just it all sort of fell flat. It's sad for sure.
They're all just coke-drinking maniacs with all these chicks. Well, naturally, that's what me and Ben saw as young kids, and we're like, oh, this is what skating's about.
Absolutely blew my mind, because when you flick through the pages of the magazine and you see somebody skateboarding, well, you don't think who's behind that and what they've done prior to that. Like they're talking about in the documentary, his first full part of vert ramp skating, he was high on acid the entire time.
I was more pissed off at all the Chinese whispers I'd been hearing all the time. Just more like a chance just to get it out. Nah, this is what happened and this is what went on.
Ben Pappas and his brother Tas are youth sensations, idolised in the United States where skaters rub shoulders with rock stars.
It's just something I felt that had to be done. I didn't want people thinking my brother was just some animal. It wasn't him, it was the drugs that warped him.
Tas was an in-your-face kind of guy, and his skating was the same. He'd just go for it. Always put together the hardest stuff back to back. And if he slammed, he slammed.
Fucking dick! Fucking hell! Shut up while I'm trying to skate. All right, fair enough.
I wanted to tell a human story set in the skateboard world, not just another skateboard documentary with fawning talking heads. People were saying to me, because I'd done 2 previous films, oh, you should do a film, we should do a film, it would be awesome.
And it just felt right, you know, like, it just felt right.
So I knew the guys that had the cameras back in the day. So I knew a section of the archival, and I knew that there were lots of video cameras around in that culture. So, you know, we obviously had to do a lot of research to pull in the footage. It's a subculture, so it's not like you can just call all the broadcasters and they send you their stuff, which you can do on a normal documentary. It's people that were in the scene.
Why are you feeling all the time?
I mean, it forced me to get in touch with a lot of people I hadn't talked to in years, and I forgot that half of them we'd actually had a falling out. But because I was in such party mode, all I started remembering was just the good times. All of the parts of my mind that seemed to be getting fried was the bad shit that had happened between me and crew. All I started remembering was like, yeah, we were mates, I'll give him a call.
And like, guys were pissed off with Tas, you know, he was out of control, he did piss people off, so it was hard to get footage out of them, because, you know, they might have had an old tape in their garage or in storage, and getting them motivated to go in there and find it and dig it out.
Do some fucking tricks. Why don't you get a fucking skateboard? That's the way. There you go.
There's a cast of great characters there. They're all there. They're all archetypal, you know, the Californians in particular. When it goes to America and you hear all those voices coming in, and, you know, they're great, gnarly, gnarled, real men from a time when skating was really populated by those kind of characters.
Very colourful and creative characters. It's just the culture. And it's what skateboarding does. It allows you to express yourself.
A lot of them that become professional or have a place in the culture, especially the more authentic element of the culture, they've got a lot of charisma. I mean, like Lance Conklin steals the show.
Going over to their house to pick up Tas to go film with him one night, and he's doing coke. There was a mound of it, looked like Scarface. I mean, it was like a mound of cocaine. Like, hey, Lance, fucking, you want to do something? And I'm like, all right.
BFI screening was mad. People seem to be loving it. Like, I'm just so overwhelmed with it. It's funny. It's just crazy. Because it is a life story. Yeah, I've had a lot of people come in and just telling me of things that happened to them and their families. I found it's very common, you know. Like, I'm just lucky to have been put in front of the camera.
Thanks, man. You coming to see the film? Let's go. Where's my bag? I'll get you all in.
You know, the first screening, everyone was just silent. And I'm just sitting in my seat going, hang on a second, I know that bit was funny, no one's laughing. I'm just going, oh, they think I'm a wanker. So I'm putting my head down like this. And then I've gone to the toilet and now I'm talking to Eddie. I'm like, Eddie, am I going to get hammered in this Q&A? Like, what the f-? But yeah, it turns out they all liked it. I mean, there's a lot of parts in there I love, I think are funny. Like the Hawk bit after when he got cut, like I found that hilarious because I didn't realise how animated my head looked until I actually saw it on camera. Afterwards, Hawk was, you know, he was sort of angry and cut. And he came up, he's looked at me, he's like, I just feel like I should have won that. And then Ben's just come out going, fuck off, Hawk. All year they've been giving you the comps and you come to us, I think I should have won. And Ben goes, why can't you just be happy for someone else who's done it, man? You don't flip your board. He goes, fuck off, old man, you're over. You know, like, I was laughing my head off. I was like, oh man, that ain't gonna go down well.
It's a crazy thing to try to attempt in some ways because how can you possibly condense 10 years or even longer into 90 minutes? But that's why when it works very well.
You have to be so brave to tell your story. I mean, you're so exposed, so I could, you know, understand if Tas had concerns.
I did have a conversation with Tas. He was Skyping with Eddie quite a lot and in the cutting room as I was working in the background. And he said, you know, I want to speak to this guy who's sort of handling my life. And I said, if you don't mind, I don't want to kind of get into a long conversation. And he was, ooh, oh, Mr. Big Shot. And he gave me a bit of a hard time about it. And I said, look, just trust me, it's probably the best. We'll meet eventually, but, you know, so that's the way that went.
Tonight's screening to me is very important because it's basically for all the skate crew we know that me and Ben grew up with and the skaters around Melbourne. It just means a lot, you know, because a lot of people feel attached to this story because we all grew up together and like getting ready for a comp run or it's like very nerve-wracking.
Thanks everyone for coming.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, every time I see it, it's gut-wrenching. I see my brother, it's like ripping open old wounds, you know, but yeah, I'm proud because people are like receiving it in the right way. It's not a sensationalised piece about, you know, being you know, some try-hard rock star. It's basically like real and crew are responding really well to it and it's overwhelming, you know, I just can't believe it. It just feels so undeserved.
And you're like young going, yeah, these pros are cool. I want to be a pro skater. What's that white shit they're sniffing? Oh, it makes your skate better? Get me tons of that.
So you're still skating now?
Yeah, I'm skating my ass off.
Yeah.
Just got the 900 on Anzac Day.
Oh, bullshit.
On the Mega Ramp, yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So you're going to start doing touring and all that stuff?
Probably not. ESPN accounts.
I think what Tas said such a cool thing when he just said, if you know, if basically one kid sees this movie and doesn't make the same mistakes I made, then it's been worth it.
I'm making it for anyone who's going through a hard time and just doesn't know how to get out of it. Yeah, I'm trying my best to be a better person now and you know, everyone stuffs up, no one's perfect, so just have to rely on, you know, please guide me in the right way, you know, help keep me away from a bender. Yeah, but you can pray for help and it will come.